Okay, in our last video, two people contacted me and they were asking me to make a clear video on what is RGB, what we learned in our class when we were creating a button. So they were asking me to throw more light on what is RGB. So I decided to make this video to throw more light and deeper in what is known as RGB. So an RGB stands for red, green, and blue. It's a color model that is used to create digital colors combination. You can use those three primary colors that I use to create digital combination to create multiple colors as much as we want in thousands. Those three colors, and that is red, green, and blue. So let's first go inside our code, and then I will show you how it works. So first of all, before we go into code and then demonstrate how to use RGB, let's look at this picture. These are the three primary colors that we use to create all other colors in the digital world. First of all, this is red, this is green, and this is blue. So if you look at it, you can mix those three colors to get any other color you want that a computer uses. Let's look at this one. The combination of red and green here. So in between this place where there is amount of red and there is amount of green, you will find out that if you mix green and red, you will have yellow. And if you come here, you make a combination of blue and green. In between this place where there is amount of blue and amount of green, you will have this color. And here, in between this blue and red, you will have this Argentina color, this pink color here. And then when you combine the three of them together, here you discover that if you mix red and green and blue, you will find out that you will have a perfect white color. So let's demonstrate on it. Here we are in our Visual Studio Code, and then this is a color combination we did in our last class, and this is our CSS selector and our CSS property and our CSS value. Here, if you hover over this, you will find out. If you hover over this, you will find out that this is a color picker here. We call it a color picker. As you are moving it, you will find out that this color on top here is changing and is giving a code. Now, what is the code here? RGB, this figure separated by a comma. These are the amount of red, green, and blue. So this is red, green, and blue. It stands for red, green, and blue. And here, this 15 stands for red, the amount of red that are inside this color, this dark color we are seeing here. So this is the red has a 15 pixels amount of red. And then here, the green, there is a 57 pixels amount of green inside here. And then blue, we have 73 pixels amount of blue here that forms this dark blue color we are seeing here. So that is how it works. 15 of red, 57 amount of green, and 73 amount of blue. So if you decide to change it here and put it here, you can be manipulating it to get what you want. And as you are moving it, to have this color here, you find out that this color that looks close to red, this is not a perfect red. You found out that red is here. The amount of red inside this color is 236, and the amount of green here is 18, very small, and then the amount of blue is 47, somehow higher than this green. So you can continue using it or manipulating it until you get the desired result. So if you want to have any color in CSS, we can decide to change those values and then have a perfect color. You don't need to memorize those colors, those numbers, to have a perfect color. However, there are some certain colors I would like you to understand. And they are 0. Let's come here, clean this one and have 0 here. We go here, clean this one and then have 0. So if you change those values to 0, 0, 0, you will have black. This is the color code for black. So if you have 0, 0, 0. You will have a perfect black. So first of all, let's save this video. Save it, and then we go back to our code, and then you see, if we refresh, if we go here to refresh our browser, you discover that it is black, perfect black. So let's go back again and change. The second color I will ask you to memorize is 255, 255, and in this place, we remove this 0 and put 255. Come to this place, remove this 0 and put 255. This will give you a perfect white. So these colors range from 0, as you see them here, they range from 0 to 255, 0 to 255, 0 to 255. So if you select it, you will find the perfect white somewhere here. Now, let's save the video, save our code, and then go back to our browser and refresh. If you refresh, you discover that our button has changed to white. You can't see it here, but there is a button just because the white background is matching the white screen. That is why. So if we decide to change any value here, or maybe change 15 here to make it 25, and then save and refresh, we find out that this is the value we have. If you decide to come here and remove 1 and then save, refresh, you find out that you have perfect blue. If you come here, remove 15 and then save, refresh, you find out that you have another perfect white. So this is just a combination of it. However, the color I will advise you to memorize is 000 and 255, 255, 255. 000 is black, while 255, 255, 255 is white. So that is how RGB works. So just like I say, here is the amount of red, the amount of green, and the amount of blue here in this color. If you find this video insightful, please like and share.